over the Cowboys. And it's always fun, I think, to look into these young prospects that are coming up. Here's an undefeated freshman for Iowa State, Tim Krieger. Some say this guy is going to win more than one national championship. He's a terrific prospect for the Cyclones, and he's wrestling against Vince Silva.
Yes, it wouldn't surprise me if he won more than one, but you don't like to put that kind of pressure on somebody.
He doesn't need that kind of pressure.
He'll get it on himself. He just has great natural reaction. The guy has a real feel. That time he was just on the line. His foot just stepped out of bounds when he was trying to get the takedown.
Right here. You okay? Okay.
Tim Krieger is ranked second in the country at this weight, even though he's a redshirt freshman, his first time out.
Open up, fellas.
He's strong. He likes to get in and lock up. He has terrific balance. And he has a heart.
Yes, definitely. Important factor.
Yeah, he loves to win. And he doesn't like to lose. That's another part of it. Everybody likes to win.
Yes. Well, he doesn't have all the motion that everybody would anticipate. You know, they like to see a guy look real flashy. And sometimes he looks like he's out of position with straight arms, but his reaction is quickness, balance.
Oh, a beautiful field pick by Silva.
Now, this is Silva is a fairly effective on top. You can see how he rides one arm under and up around and catching the throat. It's when you reach in to grab at these that your hands usually get tied up, and that's what causes you the trouble.
So Krieger has to come off the bottom here. Vince Silva of California.
See the arm under the arm, you can see he just pushes out with that elbow. That keeps the man forward. Then the arm across up on top of the throat. There was an attempted roll by Krieger.
Move up. Move up. Move up.
Now Krieger's out. He didn't like to be in that position where the other man had his heels, because there's only one thing you can do then. You have to just try to drive yourself out of it. In the center, Silva got the first takedown. Oklahoma State's rangy 150-pounder.
Well, if there's a thing that a young man, any young man, needs to learn, it's how to change the tempo, how to get into a match where you might be ahead or behind, and how you shift gears and change the rhythm of the match. And that's probably what the season is helping Tim Krieger with more than anything else, is not to go out and start slow and then keep it slow, but to increase the tempo in the middle of a match. He needs to do that now.
Krieger's been nagged by little injuries through the year. I guess a couple of ankle problems. You see he has a wrist taped.
Something going, guys.
So he gets himself out of position there a little bit. His head's down, his legs are straight, his arms are extended out. The great athletic talent overcomes that. As time goes on, he'll do less of that and be almost impossible to beat. He's already almost impossible to beat.
12-3.
As he improves his position, it's going to be tougher on opponents.
12-3 is the score. Cyclones over the Cowboys after 4 matches at Hilton Coliseum. The Oklahoma State Cowboys against the Iowa State Cyclones. Good first period for Silva. Got the only takedown. 2-1. There's Mike Land, another of the former Iowa State wrestlers who won national titles. Mike Mann sitting up there next to him. You'll be looking at him off the mat here in a little while.
A lot of man is set.
As he stands up and look, he just comes right back, catches that heel. Just stepping up too close.
That was
almost
the takedown.
Casual. Now Krieger's pretty good in here. He likes those little hip tilts.
Silva had the choice and took down.
Going.
Well, he's trying to keep a wide base. Here's where Krieger, he'll dump underneath you with one leg, control the waist, and then tip you to your back and get those easy two-pointer tilts. Silva's going to try to just avoid that. You know, he's kind of in command right here with a 2-1 score. He's going to try to avoid getting tipped, keeping a wide base and hanging on to things. There's
Silva's wrestled a good match so far.
Well, it's all he can attempt to do. And I see he's got him loaded right now, but he doesn't have the back exposed.
Couldn't quite make the tip.
But as time starts to eat away right here, this is where Krieger can get himself in a little bit of a hurry and maybe lose the position. Boy, has he got those hips torqued now. Silva's hips are posted and they're turned all the way to the side. See how that is? See him turn so wide. He punishes you on top, doesn't he, Doug?
Yeah. Not me. Silva.
Your body doesn't bend the way he's trying to bend Silva. But now he wants Silva to try to get up. So he wants him to raise his hips up so he can cut underneath him and try to dump him over.
But Silva still leads 2-1. Silva still has the takedown and Krieger only the escape.
He's just bunching up, trying to protect himself. This is where Krieger wants to be. No, he doesn't want him here. Get a little careless in there, he could lose 2. That could be dangerous this time with only 15 seconds to go, and now he can't get careless.
He has enough for a riding time advantage now, 1 minute and 5 seconds. 15 seconds to go. Silva asked for a little time there.
Okay, here we go, guys.
And here we go back to the center. That is Vince Silva from Santa Maria, California.
Wrestled about as smart a match as you can wrestle against Krieger here so far.
Yep, he leads 2-1, and in spite of the riding time advantage of Krieger.
Really what he's trying to do is he's trying to keep from getting tipped by keeping his hips low.
Well, if Krieger can tip him, it would change the match completely. But he hasn't been able, Krieger has not been able to do it. He rode him through the whole second period. Al Nason is here too. One of a number of 190-pound champions in the past for Iowa State's wrestling teams.
Okay.
Al Nason. Jim Gibbons now, present-day coach. We start the third period, and Krieger had his choice. He wanted to go up.
Well, it's really 2-2 because he has riding time, so takedown for either man is going to really be critical. Like two cats right there, aren't they?
They really are. At the edge of the match. That's Eddie Bannock. Such a career he's had as a wrestler, Olympic champion. He's trying to get his 150-pounder up into the lead here, though. It's 2-1 in favor of Silva, but Krieger has riding time. We're in the third period. Silva has wrestled a first-rate match.
Well, both men have grabbed a hold of the other man's wrist. They're kind of hanging on to each other. Once you get a hold of the man, you know where he is, and that's when and he's trying to pull free. It's when you sometimes get caught. He comes back on you.
These matches are important. The Cyclones figure to win this one, and they don't want to let it get away because they're going to get into some tough matches up later with people such as Erickson. There's a warning against Silva.
Well, Krieger really hasn't been effective with his offense. That maybe is an indication of some of that lack of position that I was talking about. He needs to be able to improve his positioning so his offense would be easier for him.
23 seconds to go.
You know, when you bend over and lean out and reach at a guy, puts his feet a long way away from you, so it's hard to affect the takedown. Can't get in deep enough on him.
Very little time left.
They just penalized Silva a point right there.
And that's going to cost him the match.
You got to do more.
2 seconds, and Krieger is going to win it now.
Move in.
So for the second time we've seen him in a row, the other time was against Iowa. A penalty against the opponent at the end.
Made a difference in the final score.
Made a difference. And the riding time gives it to Krieger, 3-2.
I don't think he's real pleased with that match.
No, he can't be. 15-3 now is the score And Iowa State does have to be pleased with that. Cyclones up by 12 halfway through. Tim Krieger, the winner, 3-2. That's the end of the 150-pound match. There's the team score as we come back to college wrestling, our 10th anniversary season. Iowa State 15 and Oklahoma State 3 after 150 pounds. We hope you enjoyed that. We hope you enjoyed that Mike Mann feature. And he's here in the crowd tonight, as you know. He was, there's Harold Nichols, too, with Ruth Nichols. During the intermission, Chuck and I, CP and I, went out and gave an Iowa Public Broadcasting certificate, an award to Harold Nichols for his encouragement of our college wrestling over the years.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't understand that wrestling can be televised. Can you believe that? I mean, in other parts of the country, people literally are unaware that we televise wrestling here in the Midwest and that people like it and they actually watch it.
Harold Nichols. Yes, he was talking about televising wrestling many years ago, and finally came to pass.
He had that dream. He had a vision of what could be done, and it's taken place, and people do enjoy it.
And there's what we have still ahead of us, Wisconsin and Lehigh. That'll be from Lehigh, courtesy of WLVT. That's next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Iowa State against UNI. Week following, Iowa and Oklahoma State. That's another Saturday night match.